to say sorry because I did look around a lot in this video, but there were people like walking around and I just thought it was very awkward. So I'm sorry for that. Not all my videos will be like that at all, but thank you for watching or clicking, I don't know, but let's get into the video. Hello, my name is MaKenzie, and I did have a previous YouTube channel, but I can't get into it because I don't know my email, so it's kind of pointless to even have that channel if I can't get into it. So I'm going to start a new channel. So in case you don't know me, I am MaKenzie and I am 18. I have an 11-month-old daughter. Her name is Layelah, and I am 23 weeks pregnant with a little boy, and I am not going to say his name. We are keeping that a secret from everyone until he is born. But anyways, if you watched my previous channel, you kind of know my labor and delivery story, my 16 and pregnant story, and all that. But since I can't get into it, then I will just have to remake those videos, which is kind of sad because I kind of suck at making videos. But anyways, so this time I'm just going to do my 18 and pregnant story with baby number 2. So, me and Scott, my fiance, we were going through a really hard time at the time, and we were actually staying in a hotel with our daughter because we had nowhere to go and we didn't have all of the money to get a place at the time. Like, we would have been able to pay rent, but we didn't have the big lump sum of money to be able to get into a house. So we stayed in a hotel for like a month or two, I don't know. And during that time, it was just really hard. I wasn't thinking right. I wasn't thinking about being safe. I was already not on birth control, so that was kind of stupid. I decided to wait to get on birth control because I wasn't sure about which one I wanted to get on, and we were being safe at first, but that all kind of changed when we went through this hard time and we just started being uncareful, and I started getting really sick while we were there. And my mother-in-law, she stayed, like, she didn't stay at the hotel, she had her own place, but she was only like a mile down the road, and I kept telling her that I had missed my period, but she thought it was just because of stress, because we had been going through a really hard time. And I kind of agreed with her and just didn't think about it for like 2 weeks, and then I was like, okay, this is weird. Like, my period is always on time, and if it's not, it's only like a couple of days off. So I called her back and I was like, look, my period is 2 weeks late, and I feel really sick. I had tried drinking a Coke a couple of days before and it had made me thrown up, and I was like, okay, this is not normal. And I had kind of thought that I was pregnant for a couple of weeks, but I didn't want to believe it. I just kept telling myself that I wasn't, that there was no way that I was pregnant, even though I knew that there was a way. I just didn't want to believe it. And I kept telling my fiance that I thought I was pregnant, and he was like, no, you're not. There's, like, you can't be. And we both brushed it off until I went to my mother-in-law's and I took a pregnancy test, and it came back positive. And like I said, we were going through a really hard time, so I wasn't happy about the pregnancy at all. I was super scared. It was so much different than when I found out I was pregnant with my daughter. And I just thought that we couldn't do it. Like, we were living in a hotel. It was already hard as it is. And I was like, what if we don't have our shit straight before this baby comes? And I was just super scared. I spent a lot of time crying. I got really depressed. But we ended up getting out of the hotel, and we now have our own house. So that is good. We are finally accepting the fact that we are going to have another baby. Now I'm just worried about how close in age these babies are going to be. And it's pretty scary. But my family, they were pretty supportive about it. They told me whatever I wanted to do, that they were okay with it, that they would support me through anything. So that was good. With my daughter, I didn't, like, nobody, my mom and my grandma and all them were very supportive, but I had a bunch of family that was also not supportive. But this time around, everybody was very supportive because they knew that I could handle it, that, you know, I've handled my daughter. So they kind of welcomed this baby with open arms and not so much judgment. But other people have not been as open about this baby. My fiance's family is really supportive. They've always been super supportive, so that is good. And my daughter, I don't think she really knows what is going on. I don't think she really understands that I am pregnant or that she is going to have a sibling. She is very, I don't want to say jealous because she is a baby, but she doesn't like it when I hold other babies, so we will see how this goes. But anyways, that is my 18 and pregnant story with baby number 2. It's very different than my 16 and pregnant story because I was 16. I didn't have my own place. I didn't have a car. I didn't have a license. I didn't have anything. So my family was not as supportive. They didn't think I'd be able to do it. Well, they knew I would be able to do it. They just knew it was going to be really hard and that I would need a lot of help. But thankfully, me and my fiance have gotten it together and we are preparing for baby number 2. And that is it for this video. Thanks for watching and I hope you enjoy.